Bitcoin trading at 82,900. Gravitating towards breaking below 80k. To target, what's it gonna target? It's gonna target sub 70k. Either gets there fast or gets there slow. Either way, it's gonna get there. As the Bitcoin rhythm continues to play out. What's the Bitcoin rhythm? Well, I told you months ago the top was likely in, and Bitcoin was in a bear market. When it was trading around here, over 100k. All whilst fools like Tom Lee were peddling Bitcoin to the moon, 250k, before the end of December that was. Well, he changed it to end of January. You're not going to get his 200k, never mind 250k. Only a few hours left, Tom Lee, you bloody con man. He fooled a lot of noobs into staying invested and FOMOing into this rally that I said to sell on. Anyway, what's the Bitcoin rhythm? We'll have to go back to one of my articles. Okay, here's the Bitcoin rhythm chart. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's it mean, buddy? I'm just showing you the rhythm of the previous bull market transposed on the current bull market, where you get 1, 2 tops, and then we expected a correction to around 80,000, which happened. Virtually perfectly 80,000, and then we're going to get a relief rally, which I expected to get to around 108k. But you know, corrective rallies are all about getting lucky, so you know, got to be careful them, and that will be followed by the next severe leg of the bear market that will take it below this low, below 70,000. Into this range. In fact, my target since before Bitcoin topped, well before Bitcoin topped, maybe August, I think earlier, even July, I have to go back and look at my article, that Bitcoin would trade down to 48k during the next bear market after it's topped. Before this period, you know, I'm talking about around here. I said that after Bitcoin's topped at around 125k, well, the primary target is 134k, but I said to sell 90% above 120k. It's all there. Sell 90% what you hold above 120k, which I've been saying all year. Anyway, so let's go back to the chart. So the target for Bitcoin is 48k. These swings should take it down to below 70k. My best, you know, this is the range of possibilities in time. After which it'll bounce. It'll probably bounce back to around 80k, and then it'll get another leg lower. So all of this is the fifth rhythm. So it's like, okay, so let me draw in what I expect to happen. Let's position it first in time and price. So we got this downtrend underway, which I expect to go down to under 70k, and then we get a bounce back to 80k, maybe higher, and then we get the final leg when people will be crying. Oh, look there, I marked it there. That's where I expected it to terminate. So it'll probably go and then we get a new bull market starting. So this is around October this year. So that's the Bitcoin expectation. This has been my expectation since before it topped. So I was flagging around here that the next bear market target is 48, and that to sell above 120, sell 90k. It could pump to 150, but you don't want to risk it. So let's look at Ethereum. Ooh, these are my projections for Ethereum. They're pretty accurate. Look, they're expecting it to rally there, went there. It always overshoots, if you notice. Here it didn't overshoot. In there, it's very feeble, this rally, which means it's likely to overshoot to the downside. It's going to break 1400. it's gonna be. It's gonna break 1400. I've not done a projection. I've seen if I've already done one, but it's gonna bottom somewhere then. Well, I've not done it. So Ethereum's targeting 1500, and it's probably gonna overshoot. May even break the 22 low. Then what for Tom Lee and his, I don't know, was it 19,000 Ethereum? More like 9. You know, you're gonna get maybe 900. Forget about 19,000. All those who listen to that con merchant have been obliterated. I was telling folk at 4,800, sell now, sell out, and people are arguing me in the comments. You can go read the comments. Yeah, go read in this articles in August and September, and folk will come to me. I say I've just sold 90% of my ETH above 4,800. He actually went higher than these charts. Oh, he went up to 5,000. And I told, you know, I've sold 90%. It's clear. I even wrote in my articles that I've sold 90%. And well, I didn't have my corrective target was around 2,500. Yeah, and I expected it would bounce, but the bounce has been feeble, nothing. Been able to make a small, tiny amount by trimming, buying and trimming, but it's nothing. The real bear market it's in a severe bear market. For instance, if I take this and put it here, you can see how severe it could be. I'm not saying it's going to get to 600, but using the original, it's going to target the low, the 1400 low, and I bet it's going to break that low, 1400 low. That's pretty close to the, oh no, it was a lower low, yeah. So it might even get to 1,000. I think 1,000 is doable. First, it's got to break below 1,400, then heading for 1,000. But my base case is for Ethereum, it's going to trade below what's achievable, doable. As I say, doable. It's going to trade below 1,750, and if I had a bet on it, I'd say it's going to break below 1,400. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. What about Solana? My favorite crypto of the lot. I made huge amounts on Solana, 20x. Literally, you can go read the articles. I was even telling people to buy at 20 in October 23, I think, at $20, way back here. And you had look how much time people had to accumulate. It's not like it just dipped and if you get lucky, but it's persistence. It spent a year. You had a whole year, and that's when I produced my chart saying it's going to 10x from around 22 to 220, and it did that, and then it did more. We got Trump chaos, Trump coins on the Solana network that pumped it to the moon. So it's not like people got one opportunity to buy, to accumulate and distribute. We got multiple. Every time. This is 50%. Oh, these are 50% drops. All these are opportunities. Mega opportunity here. Again, crystallized. These cryptos always overshoot to the downside. Look here. I thought I'd get A, went there. I thought I'd get A, undershoot. This is weak. This is a sign of weakness. If it had gone above that, that would be a sign of strength. Now this one is going to be weak. It's going to go below. All right, I don't think it's going to blow. I don't know. How low could it go? It could go to 50. Oh, I've already done a projection. See, I was saying 50. See, this is what I expect it to do once it's it's going to bottom around here. Let me do a chart. Let me do a wiggly line. So it's going to fall. It's going to go blah, 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 blah. Waste a lot of time. And then it's going to go taking off to the moon. That's what it's going to do. So it's going to bottom between 60 and 40. Looking at this. Yeah, you got this. You got 60 here, and you got. It could even go to 30. I don't think it'll go that low. Between 60 and 40. That's what Solana's gonna do. So yeah, I'm accumulating lightly. I'm accumulating. The plan is to sell on these bounces. Oh, but it doesn't get. See, the bounces are not that good. So it could bounce. It could hit this and bounce back to 120 from 60, which is 100%. It's a huge move, but in bear market terms, it's not. That's getting micromanaging it now. The main trend is down to below 60. I say base case is it trades below 60, and it'll probably go below 40, and eventually it will rise again from the ashes, probably sometime during 2027 or later. I don't know, yeah. But we've had epic opportunities, 20x opportunities. Even wrote in my How to Get Rich guide that this is your gift from me, your Bitcoin and Solana gift. I'm giving it to you. It's up to you whether you capitalize it or not, but Bitcoin is going 120k. It's there. It's there on the chart. I'll have the charts once I've finished recording this. And Solana will 10x to 220. Those are my gifts to my patrons. Literally, they were gifts because I was, whilst the future's unwritten, I was pretty strongly confident Bitcoin's going to get to at least 120k and Solana's going to get to at least 220. And they both achieved targets. Whilst ETH, I've never been much of an ETH person. It's garbage. Solana's better than ETH. Yeah, I can make money from it, but it doesn't do. Every time it pumps, people get so much FOMO. They think, oh, it's going to 10,000, 8,000, and then it drops. Same here. It got there, and people wouldn't listen. They'd be like being brainwashed. They're in full FOMO. Oh no, it's going to something like 9,000. Tom Lee or the genius says it's going to 14,000. Well, how did that turn out? If you get lucky, you get this was the expectation. So you could say expect it again of 2,000, something like that. And then you get another leg down. Something like that to 800. Oof. That's gonna crush. That's gonna wipe out a lot of people. Not just the leverage. They're gonna be so depressed. They're not gonna have any money to buy the dip. They already bought it. See, this is the problem with con artists or salesmen like Tom Lee. They get people to commit all their money to the top. This is where people are sat. The noobs and the retail and all that. They're sat here. They've got no money to buy here or here or here. They're broke. They're waiting for break even, which means this is why ETH finds it hard to break to a new all-time high, because at these levels there's been a lot of buyers, so they've been waiting to sell when it gets to break even, waiting to sell, and then new pile in, and now they're waiting to sell here, which means it's gonna find it tough going over 4,200 to get through this area, and even above. It's gonna be, they're gonna create FOMO to get new entrants to pile in to lift the price so that people sat in drawdown can exit with, that's what's going to happen. And Tom Lee's going to come out with shit like, oh, ETH is 100k, just so that people think they're going to 20x from 5k to 100k. That's what they do. They were blinding people. Con artists like Tom Lee were blinding people here. That's going to 4x to 20k. So they think, oh, this is cheap. It's going to 4x. Instead, it's halved. literally it's halved. From 5,000, 2,500, it's halved. What a con. And this video is a mere fraction of my extensive analysis that is first made available to patrons who support my work. So for immediate first access to all of my analysis and trend forecasts, then do consider becoming a patron by supporting my work for just $9 per month, which is nothing compared to what you get access to. I try to do best by my patrons. Folk only need to go read my articles open to the public and the literal thousands of comments under them. Look at this one, 2,200, nearly 2,300 comments under this article, which shows the level of engagement with patrons. Keep calm and carry on buying AI tech stocks as they deviate from their highs. Where the greater the deviation, then the greater the buying opportunity presented. Keep calm and carry on buying. Quantum AI tech stocks. Access to my latest mega analysis, a comprehensive 3-part guide on how to really get rich during 2020 that has exclusively been made available to patrons right now. You can go and read the 3 guides right now, full access, which is a truly epic piece of work that took me the whole of 2023 to write, which condenses down my lifetime knowledge and experience down to some 60 chapters, which is on top of my ongoing analysis and trend forecasts that are made available to patrons for just $1 per month. There are no bolt-on extras, no courses, no other crap that all these con merchants do. You get full access to everything. So, did you buy the October 22 bloodbath, especially in tech stocks, FANGs, with the likes of Meta plunging below $100? Well, I and my patrons did. Go read my articles and the comments posted under them. We got well blooded by catching all those falling knives. Did you make the mistake of listening to the likes of Clown Kramer on the Cartoon Network, who stated Meta, amongst others, was finished? Meta finished at $100 a share, was the mother of all buying opportunities. This clown stated it was finished. Says it all about Clown Kramer and the Cartoon Network.
They're finished. They're finished as places.
They're finished as
places to invest.
We keep talking
as
about
places
this
to invest.
falling knife as if the knife continues to fall. Though there are people who look
I'm
at
just
this
saying.
and say,
Look, I'm looking at the money coming out. Where's the money coming from to buy to buy industrials? It certainly isn't coming from new people saying, "Wow, it's time to put money in the stock market," because they get such a great rate on the 2-year. I think it's money coming rotating out of companies that have dominated this market for the last decade and into companies like Caterpillar who actually know what the hell they're doing.
are you thinking that the tech companies that I think that you're disappointed in are going to get religion, if you will, and get disciplined? And what does discipline look like?
You know what they are? I would call them atheists. They believe in nothing.
That's a nihilist.
Meta? I don't know. I think they have to change the name again. They really do. I mean, you can't be saying Meta. I don't know. How about loser? How about stupuda? I don't know. Anything doesn't even matter. I don't know if they can make a comeback. The facts have changed, and I have to change with it. I believed. I thought I'd be safe. I was wrong. Bottom line, forget being leaders. Big stocks are now followers in a post-COVID era, where we're learning that their earnings were far more inflated by the pandemic than we knew. We're just now discovering that tech emperors have no clothes, if they're even emperors at all.
So at least give it a try, read the comments, see the depth of analysis. You won't be sorry because I do my best by my patrons. Go that extra mile. gaining access to over 35 years experience, right from before the 1987 crash straight through to this stock's bear market that will ride the quantum AI megatrend into the future.